Hey guys, it's Shell, Heart of It All Custom Creations. Welcome back to another video. If you're new to my channel, thank you so much for stopping by. Hit that subscribe button to see future videos. I post new videos every Wednesday and Saturday. So today I have a different kind of a video for you. It's not a tumbler, but it is a adorable Sanacam nightlight. So let's go ahead and get started. I got this nightlight from Dollar Tree, and I'm going to turn it into a Sanacam for the little ones. Yeah, I'm making this one for my grandson because let me just say he's a little bit of a handful. And so I'm going to start out by cleaning this with some rubbing alcohol to prep the surface. I've seen these done in the past and it's just like full of glitter, but glitter and vinyl, and I'm trying to stay away from vinyl as much as possible on this, which I stayed away from it at all costs. So I prepped this and I had printed out some water slide, this adorable Santa suit, and I just typed in words on Sanacam on it, and I got this image off of Creative Fabrica, and so I put this in some water, letting my water slide get ready to release from the paper, and I'm going to letting it release from the paper so that I can place this down onto my nightlight. So I'm doing this on the back side of the nightlight so that it'll shine through. This was my second attempt. The first attempt I did it wasn't even filming, and I did it all wrong to begin with. I tried to reverse it and not thinking, duh, you're going to see the opposite side. So I had it all backwards and I wasn't filming. So this is my second attempt. So here I'm putting it on there, and then I turn around just to make sure that I have it coming through right. So I'm lining it all up, and then I'm going to take my little silicone makeup face sponge, whatever that thing is called, and squeegee out all the water to get all the excess water out and any bubbles. This goes on like a dream, and then I will set this off to completely dry. I had a lot of other stuff to do, so I did let this set to dry for a few hours before I moved on to the next step. So I'm just taking, these are some coffee filters. I was out of paper towels, so I'm just patting this to dry, and then continuing to squeegee any water that might be in there. This has like a little teeny tiny lip on the very bottom where it goes into the light. So I'm trying to stay away from that as much as possible so no water gets down in, and it didn't. So, but yeah, like I said, I just set this off to dry, and then we'll move on to the next step once that is dry. How cute is that? You could leave it just like this, but I wanted to kind of spice it up a little bit. So once that dries, I do tape this down to this paper cup just to get it as even as possible, because I'm going to add some glitter. So I do mix up about 5 milliliters of epoxy, and then I set that off to while I mix up my epoxy. So once that's mixed up, I do add in Snow Flurry by the Glitter Heart Co. And I'm going to mix that right into my epoxy. And I'm just going to pour a pretty generous amount right onto the back, but not so generous that it just pours over to the edges. I do want some control over this, and I'm going to start by spreading it out, kind of like an icing a cookie. And then I realized that this isn't probably the best way to go about this right at the moment. And then I just give up on this, and I put a glove on and just start using my finger. The thing about this nightlight is the back of it has almost like the tiniest of lip. So it almost acts as a buffer for this glitter. If I had poured, an ungodly amount of epoxy, of course it would have spilt over the edge. Or if my desk wasn't level, it would have also done that same thing. But so it acted as of a buffer. So my epoxy wasn't really going to go really anywhere. So once I got to the point where I was getting to that bottom lip, I was going to have to go back to my stir stick here and use my stick to get as close to that edge as possible. So I'm using that to push that epoxy back up towards that and ice the cookie essentially again. It was about this point that I was realizing that I needed just a little bit more to the back of this. Not that you're going to see the back, but I knew once it was plugged in, for myself, it was going to be maybe just a little bit boring. But, my grandson probably wasn't going to think so. But anyway, so I knew that I wanted to add a little more sparkle. So I was looking over at my glitters, and I knew that I had this gorgeous glitter by, I did spray this. I did spray this to pop any of the bubbles. But I knew that I had this gorgeous glitter by, It's So Cute by Jessica, and it's Shanko. And, it's just gorgeous. Big, chunky, white and silver mix. And so I'm just sprinkling it on the back. And I'm paying special attention to where any of that white might be showing down the belly of Santa, and where it says Santa and Cam. Because I knew once it was plugged in, those would especially shine through, it being white. So I was paying extreme special attention to that. So once I get that all done, I then let this set off to completely cure. And once that was done, look how cute this is. And yeah, it's not the most opaque white, but once it's flipped over, it looks white. So, and I knew once it plugged in, it would be fine. So I had gotten forever ago this super glue 2-part quick setting epoxy. And so I pulled this out thinking, okay, well, we're going to use this to apply the actual camera. And so you got to cut out the middle of this like locking mechanism thing to use. And so I cut that out, and then you have to cut off those tips. But then I got these cameras that you put on your phone to like magnify. And I thought this would be perfect to add as the camera. So I'm unscrewing that. And then I sanded the part that I'm going to glue to the nightlight. So I just lightly sanded that, and then used rubbing alcohol to clean that up. And then clean that. And then I am also cleaning the surface of where I'm going to glue it to on the nightlight as well. And then I'm going to go ahead and try to use this epoxy. Now, I've had this epoxy a while, so I don't know if it's just me or the epoxy. It was so hard to squeeze out. The one side would easily want to come out. The other side was super hard to push out. So I had to kind of eyeball instead of just squeeze out. When you squeeze out, it's supposed to just come out evenly. So I had to kind of squeeze out one side, a little dot, because I did not need a whole lot. Squeeze out one side and then squeeze out the other side an even amount. Has to be an even amount. Well, knowing that I work with epoxy all the time, I could pretty much eyeball this and get it right. So mix those two together until it's very well mixed together. And then I'm just using this popsicle stick to put the smallest amount on the edge of the back of this little camera. And this takes 5 minutes to set up to attach to the nightlight. And then within 15 minutes, it's completely set up. And then within 45 minutes, I think it's completely cured. Something like that, I think, is what the back of the instruction says. And then after, I think, 12 hours, it's absolutely 100% done. So I'm attaching it to the nightlight and setting that off to completely cure. And after about 45 minutes, I tested it and it wasn't going anywhere. And then while it was sitting there, I decided would be really cute to add like almost like a red light. And so I grabbed one of my little red gems and I glued that to the corner, but of course wasn't filming. And here it is all finished. I plugged it in. The only place I could do it was our hallway. So I think this turned out really cute. And you can see the little sparkles going off onto the hallway. And I think my grandson is actually going to be just thrilled with this. And of course, Santa's always watching. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a great big thumbs up. And I will see you guys next time. Bye, guys.